Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. I know I am. So, hey, I thought I'd do something a little different today. I thought I'd just give you kind of a little talk, a little something that I started to investigate a little while ago. So, something that you might be interested in, and especially for your overall health. If you're doing keto or not doing keto, it's some really good information. So, stick around and hopefully you enjoy the content and let me know your thoughts and if you would like to see more stuff like this or not. Hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome. So I'm trying to do videos twice a week. Right now I'm doing kind of on a one Monday, Friday. I may go to a Monday, Thursday or a Tuesday, Friday. I don't know. But one of them, I'm kind of switching them around a little bit, trying to do it. I got some other things going on that are related to the channel and some of the content that's kind of keeping me busy other than doing the content for the videos. I will be getting back to that here shortly and trying to get back to the 3 sometime in the near future. Right now it's not going to happen. So I may do some shorts though to fill in if you like shorts. Nicer weather coming, daylight savings time here. So the trails will be nice after work to go out and hit some of the trails here and stuff. They got some really beautiful trails here. So maybe that stuff is good to you. Think about thumbs up, hitting that little subscribe button, and then hitting that bell icon over here. Or better yet, there's a little button here with the Almond's awesome keto logo in it. Click on that and the subscription button will pop up and you can click on that, and that's a really super easy way to do it, and then you don't have to go down below or anything else. So hopefully you do that. I'd really truly appreciate that if you do that. And those that are coming back, I do really appreciate you guys. You guys are the ones that really help motivate me and really keep me on task and make me want to do more and get better and better. And so hopefully you like some of the stuff that we're doing. Hopefully once some of the stuff that comes to fruition that we're working on right now comes to fruition, you'll really appreciate that too as well. So anyway, so I happen to be online and I happen to be watching Carnivore Angel, and she was doing an interview with Janet Greta. This was say a month ago, I guess, or so. I was watching that, and I think it's Amy from Carnivore Angel started talking about, and I'll put a link down to the interview if you want to take a look at it. And they started talking about iodine. So, and I had heard a lot about other people talking about. Chris Bear from Keto Chow talked about it, and they actually have it in their Keto Chow. And I've heard Dr. Barry Dr. Ken Berry talk about it as well on his channel, and I've heard some other people talking about it. So I said, well, geez, everybody's talking about it. I should probably do a little bit of information, knowledge, and see what's out there, and kind of get some general information, right? So again, this is going to be kind of more my experience about it. Not that I'm a professional, not that I know anything about it, because I'm really learning about it now. So I thought I'd kind of share some of the knowledge of what I've picked up so far, and just share it with you. So iodine, I guess it says about 1/3 of the people in the world today have an iodine deficiency. So especially the countries like in Europe, New Zealand, and Asia, where they've been farming for thousands and thousands of years. They've pulled most of the minerals and vitamins up out of the ground, at least the minerals I should say, up out of the ground, and has been consumed, and we've over-farmed the land and just taken all those minerals out. So in the US, because it's fairly newer, it's more like in the last 200 or 300 years versus thousands of years, right? So, but it's still pretty bad in the U.S. as well, because we just plant crop after crop after crop. I live in an area where we grow a lot of strawberries year-round. We have blackberries, raspberries, celery, you name it. In this area that I live in, it's a big farming area. And it's probably, they say it's one of the most fertile areas in the whole United States. So I don't know how true it is, but they, like I said, they do a lot of farming here. So and they just kind of, you see them, they just print crops after crop after crop, right? So they do rotate them and stuff like that, and they have to do some other stuff to them. It's kind of interesting to watch how they do it. But they do plant and harvest, like strawberries, they probably do 3 times a year. They plant them and harvest them 3 times a year. And then in between they'll do celery and they'll do something else as well. I don't know the whole farming thing, but anyway, so the ground gets pretty depleted out of it. And the other source where people get their iodine from is from seafoods, and things like seaweed and that type of stuff. And I don't know if there's a whole lot of us that eat that. The farm-raised fish are really lacking in it. So if you're eating like salmon that's farm-raised versus wild-caught, the farm-raised foods, farm-raised fish, tilapia, are all going to be really deficient in minerals as well. So I kind of got that out of it, and I said, well, I'm going to go a little bit more, and I'm going to do some more. So one of the great resources I go to is Healthline. I'll put a link down to Healthline down below, and you can kind of go down there, and they actually have some articles about it. And they talk about iodine being the thyroid mineral, right? So it's what helps your thyroid create hormones, right? So if your thyroid is not acting properly, it's probably a sign that you have an iodine deficiency. I said it's interesting because you think about iodine, for me anyway, one of the things I always talked about was, well, it's one of those pills that you take if you get radiation poisoning, right? So you take iodine. But in this case, they're saying that you should be consuming it every day, and you should be having it in certain quantities. Now, there's a lot of controversy out there about what those quantities are, and I am not going to tell you what those quantities are. I'll tell you a little bit about the one I am taking here at the end, and some of my experience over the last couple of weeks taking it as well. So again, it really talks about this. This is an article off of Healthline. Just some common things that you might see if you have an iodine deficiency, like the swelling in the neck, and usually it's in a large thyroid or some kind of growth on the thyroid, unexpected weight gain. So because of the fact it's a hormone, and it regulates the hormones out of your thyroids, and you don't realize how important your thyroid is to your body, and the hormones and how it produces the hormones. So if your thyroid's not producing enough hormones, it's going to cause you to do other things, and it's going to cause your metabolism to slow down, or it's going to cause something else. So if it causes your metabolism to slow down, of course that's going to mean that you're going to gain weight. So that could be one thing. Is if you're eating healthy and you're eating right and you're not losing weight and you have putting a little bit of weight on, it may be that you need to go see a doctor and get tested and see what your iodine levels are, and that kind of stuff. So it may cause fatigue and weakness as well, right? So again, they were saying like 80% of the folks that they test that are complaining about that if I have a low iodine in their system, they find that it causes some fatigue and weakness and stuff for you. So I just thought this was really, really good information. And of course, I wish I had known, because they say it causes hair loss. So of course, I wish I had known that 20 years ago. Maybe I'd still have a full head of hair. I don't know, right? It causes dry, flaky skin as well. It just says in here that a lot of the people that have iodine deficiencies, about 77% of them have low thyroid levels, experience the dry, flaky skin. So, so it's just some good information about it. So if that's an occurrence and you live in a humid climate, we live in a very, very dry climate, and I would say I do get dry, flaky skin. I'm thinking it's because our humidity half the time is down around 10, 15, 20%, right? So it's not very high. So we use a lot of moisture lotion. I'll tell you, we use a lot of moisture lotion. So, and then feeling colder than normal, right? So you feel it. And sometimes you think, well, it's just keto, so therefore I have a loss of water, so therefore, my extremities are colder than normal. Well, it could be that you have an imbalance of hormones, which are caused from the lack of iodine in your bloodstream as well. So just something to think about. Also changing of your heartbeat, because again, if your heartbeat fluctuates a lot, even when you're just sitting and relaxing, not necessarily when you're exercising, it should be heart changing while you're exercising. But if it changes just on a regular basis when you're just sitting still or not moving a whole lot, maybe you need to look into it. You know, so these were some of the things that I learned about it. So I thought it was good information. This is a really big article. I'm not going to go into it that much. You know, for ladies, if you have a heavy or irregular time of the month, then you know that may be a cause of it too, is from iodine, according to the article. So they were talking about where you can get some of the iodine from seaweed. So if you go to like Costco sells that seaweed and stuff, that's really a good source. Cod, yogurts have some in it. Iodized salt. So shrimp. Now again, they're talking about wild caught shrimp, not farm raised shrimp. Eggs have a little bit in them. Canned tuna, a little bit in them. Prunes. Now again, some of these things that they're saying they're in, but the amount that are in, you're talking about 9% of what the recommended daily allowance would be. So, and then again, there's real controversy on what that should be. I know that Amy from Carnivore Angel got into it, and there's actually a book out there she talked about that, I guess it's bromite. I'm not sure I'm saying this right, but it's bromite. It's a fire resistant tarting. It's in all your clothing. It's in the rugs. It's in your furniture. It's in your drapes. It's in your car. Almost everything made in your car has it in it. It's in some food in a very, very small amount, and that as a turn, and it also acts as a, I guess as it wants the iodine, so it steals the iodine from the body as well. So, so that's the first I had heard about it. I had never heard that expression before. I just kind of blew it off, and I did. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you. So I did decide to go out and buy some and start taking it, just without getting tested or anything else. I said, well, I'm going to take it and see how it goes. Now this is an iodine potassium supplement, and that's what they kind of said to take, a potassium supplement. I'll put a link for this down below as well, if you're interested into it. Now this has what they call 225, what they call micrograms. So micrograms are much smaller than a gram, right? So they're like 1/100th of the size of it. So it's supposed to be a very, very small quantities of it, right? And that's 150 of your daily allowance. I think the daily allowance is 150. But from what Dr. Ken Berry says and some other folks on the internet, and again, their internet, I have no knowledge of their medical experience or anything else. They're saying it should be probably 10 times as high as that. So that's how important that it is to us. So I started taking this. So and my experience was that, and my wife started taking it too as well. And I would say after a couple of days of it, both of us were not feeling well when we were taking it. And it was kind of a weird feeling. It was kind of like we had a cold, but we didn't really have a cold. And it was just kind of made us feel really yucky. And we weren't like sick or anything, and my wife was going, oh, do I have COVID again or something? And I guess I can't say that word. Do I have that virus again? And come to find out, I was watching Indigo Nelly like last week or something like that, and she was talking about her experience taking it as well. And she was talking about how she was having kind of withdrawals. I wouldn't know, withdrawals, or she was having the iodine was how do you say? It's purging the bromide out of your body, so therefore it's detoxing you. I guess that's a better word. So it's detoxing you. So so for about the first 3 or 4 days, maybe even the first week, didn't feel really great. I kept taking it just because I wanted to go through with it. My wife actually stopped taking it because she didn't like the way it was making her feel. I will say that after like 5 days, 4 or 5 days, I started feeling back to normal again. So my body started adjusting with it. But it was just kind of a weird thing. So if you do take iodine, or if you take an iodine, have you ever, let me know. Did you do that detox? Did you have that period of time when you first initially started it, that it started, I guess it takes the bromide and pulls the bromide out of you and starts flushing it out of your system and getting it out of your body, which is a good thing. And then in the interim, it's kind of like taking you off of kind of a drug or something like that. I guess you'd kind of, that's the way I kind of relate it to. So it's not that like that, but I would give it some kind of similar to like that, right? So as your body's getting reset, it was just kind of a very interesting experience. So if you have had that experience, and like I said, I had it and I really didn't know what it was, and I watched Indigo Nelly and she was talking about it, and she was talking about her experience with it and how it, you know, she had like a 3-day period, 3 or 4 day period as well, and it made her feel like crap, and but then she was fine after that. And they suggest that you start taking it in smaller doses and then increasing a little bit over time as you get used to it, so that you don't have that experience, I guess. So but anyway, so that was my experience. So now that I'm doing this, now I've done it. I've gone through that period of time. This has been about 2 weeks now so far. I don't feel that anymore. Like I say, I just felt it like for the first week or for part of the first week. And ever since then, it's been really good. It has helped me, I think, feel and concentrate a little bit better. I would imagine it will take a while to really see if it's affecting me in any way, shape, or form. Supposedly, if you have an iodine, or if you're a child and you have an iodine deficiency, it can cause you to have learning disabilities as well. So I'll see whether that helps me in that area either, so that I can learn better and I can retain more and remember stuff better. I don't know. but it ain't gonna hurt, right? So I am going to take it for a while. I'm going to see how it works and see how it goes. I'll give you occasional reports on how I'm doing on my supplements, because this is part of my daily routine, supplements now. I'm taking one of these every day. And we'll see how it goes. So let me know if you're taking iodine, and if you are, if you like it, did you have any reaction to it when you first started doing that, detoxing yourself, so getting some of that bad stuff out of you. But I got a spot on my floor where I creak right here. But anyway, so I just kind of wanted to get that out there. I wanted to throw that video together. Hopefully you appreciate it. Hopefully you give it a thumbs up. Hopefully you subscribe. Hopefully you like. Hit that little bell icon over here. That would be great. So if you like more content like this and more videos like this, let me know. We'll throw some more of them together and throw them out there. I really enjoy doing these. I really enjoy doing the investigation and read. I read a lot about iodine, stuff I never knew about before. I guess there's a book out there. I'm going to go see if I can find it and start reading about it as well. I'm going to use an Audible book and see if I can download it and read it and stuff like that. So, but I find it fascinating, and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, if it doesn't make me feel better, maybe I'll stop doing it. If I think it makes me feel better, I got a physical appointment coming up with my doctor in May. So when I go for my physical in May, maybe I'll talk to him a little bit about it, tell him I'm doing it, and see if he can get a whole workup of all the vitamins and minerals in my body to see where I am with the iodine as well, to find out whether I should take it or should not take it. So let me know what you think. All right, you guys, have a great day. You guys are awesome. You guys are the ones that are really inspiring me. You're teaching me. Like I said, if it wasn't for me, with some of those folks that I'm interacting with, watching their channels and stuff like that, I wouldn't learn stuff. So, let's help each other. Let's learn and then pass that knowledge on to others. All right. So you guys are awesome. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to watch this video over here, or this video over here, the video over here. All right. And I will talk to you later.